Alright guys, we're going to talk about the supports. I've been playing a lot of them off stream, mainly just Mr.Mime, if you want to know personally, and Eldegoss coming second. Wigglytuff I have a little bit of experience in, but I didn't want to mess with her too much. But let's just get into it. Let's just talk about Wigglytuff off the bat, okay? Please like and subscribe if you do enjoy this video, and if you do enjoy me talking about the characters and my thoughts on them. But let's just jump into it real quick, okay? Let's just talk about Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff is considered a support character. First things first, I know in the last video I didn't really talk about the first two abilities that you get at level 1 and level 2, I think, or level 3. But it's pretty important that I actually consider talking about it. So we're gonna talk about it right now in terms of this one. Pound has the user perform a combo attack in front of itself, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon and decreasing their movement speed for a short amount of time when the attack hits. It's not a bad move. Obviously, slow is pretty good. I think it does like 2 slaps in between or something like that. It might just be 1 actually, but it's not bad early game, right? And going over to defense curl real quick, has the user perform a quick roll, granting a shield and throwing any opposing Pokemon hit by the roll. Hitting an obstacle while rolling will change the direction the user is moving and reset the cooldown of Pound, Double Slap, or Dazzling Gleam. It's not that bad. This one is pretty much like you have to set up though, because you need an obstacle, you need some sort of wall to maximize its benefit. So a lot of the times, I mean, obviously you're gonna be fighting top lane or bottom lane, or maybe even in jungle, but I rarely see defense curl go off too much. Maybe at higher level plays, or maybe if you start a fight closer to the wall, will be seen more often. But I feel like for her though, she Wigglytuff has a lot of it's definitely a high ceiling character, right? But the issue is she's kind of hard to use. But once you find those sweet spots where her roll on defense curl kick in, then you'll be in a good position. But let's just go back into it before we backtrack anymore or get too far ahead of ourselves. First skill at level 6, Double Slap, has user perform a combo attack in front of itself, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon and increasing their movement speed for a short time when the attack hits. Increase the number of attacks for this move when it upgrades. This is not bad. It's okay. I mean, for out of all the supports, she's not really supporting too much. She's more of a nuisance, I guess. But I feel like between Wigglytuff and Mr.Mime and Eldegoss, I just feel like this one doesn't serve the purpose of a support too much. I feel like a lot of Pokemon have slow in their kits, and I just feel like this one doesn't really make her stand out too much, right? Dazzling Gleam emits a powerful flash in a designated direction, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon in the area of effect twice. This one is just straight up damage. It's not even supporting anybody. It's not even hindering them. It's not even doing much at the level 6. But when you upgrade it though, it decreases their movement speed of opposing Pokemon for a short amount of time when the first hit of this move deals damage to them. This is really bad. This honestly shouldn't even be the case. I feel like this upgrade should be in the base move, and then when you upgrade it, it should slow them regardless if you hit the first move or not. That's what the upgrade should be for Dazzling Gleam. That would be a good buff for this move, because straight up this move is just damage with no bonus effect, right? There's literally nothing supporting your team. There's nothing much happening there besides damage. So why is this character support? I don't know. So you're better off, in my opinion, at least going for Double Slap, because at least it slows them down. Maybe Dazzling Gleam does good damage, and it has a short cooldown, I guess, by 0.5 seconds. But other than that, I don't think Wigglytuff, or in this particular case, that it's good at all. Out of both of these moves, I would probably just do Double Slap. Unless I see a lot of people using Dazzling Gleam and does a shit ton of damage or something, I don't see a purpose in actually picking it. Rollout and Sing, this is probably where she thrives the most, to be honest. I feel like these 2 skills are definitely one of the better ones out of her kit, and it's kind of sad that they're separated. I feel like if they're together in one kit, it would be better. Honestly, if she can roll out and then sing at the same time, this character would be awesome, I think, in my opinion. But anyways, back to what it is. Rollout is a very high ceiling skill. I 100% agree this move does wonders, but the issue is you really have to practice in practice mode to know where you can use it, how optimally you can use it, and just, you know, be aware of your situations surroundings 24/7. You have to be aware of it, otherwise this move is trash, right? Yes, it does grant you a shield, and I think it hits. You can still throw them or throw them out of the way with rollout still on the first hit. But if you really want to optimize this move, you need to know your surroundings and you need to know how to bounce off the wall with this move. Because if you could constantly bounce off the wall, this move is godlike. It's very annoying to fight against, especially if you're in lane bot or top lane where you could just bounce off in between the bees on those walls. Very annoying. It's like a fast wall that's blocking you off. It's still, you can't really control it after the bounce, but if you, like I said, if you know your surroundings and know how the bouncing works, it could be pretty optimal. So you roll out, hitting obstacle while rolling will change the direction the user is moving and reset the cooldown of pound, double slap, or guys. Okay, whatever. Increase the length of time opposing Pokemon are thrown. That's pretty good buff. That's pretty good for later on. But then there's Sing. Has the user Sing, decreasing the movement speed of nearby opposing Pokemon for a short time. Opposing Pokemon that stay in the move's area of effect for a short while are put to sleep for a short time, which also decreases the defense and special defense. Okay. Increases the length time that opposing Pokemon can stay asleep. I feel like out of the two though, even though rollout is a high ceiling skill, I think you're better off just having Sing, to be honest. Sing, and not only does it put him to sleep, you just have to put yourself in optimal range, and obviously you're gonna have your teammates with you, if at all. And you still have double slap in case you need to slow them down, but Sing is pretty good. I think it takes about like 2 or 3 seconds, I think, maybe even less, to actually put them to sleep. But once they are put to sleep, man, their defense and special defense go down. So this is a pretty good support move, in my opinion. It just takes a little bit to hold them down. Gardevoir did come out, so maybe you could combine it with Gardevoir when she does do that her Unite move and suck everybody into the middle. But other than that, out of the two, honestly, I would probably still choose Sing out of both of them, unless you really know the map. I honestly don't see why you would choose Rollout, even though it's a fun move. I feel like though, there's not a lot of situations. There's not. Let me take that back. There's not enough situations where I feel like Rollout could be very optimally used. In my opinion, but I could be proven wrong. I haven't really seen a Wigglytuff prove me wrong though in terms of using this at its max potential, so we'll see about that later on if any Wigglytuff does prove me wrong. Anyways, our Unite move Starlight Recital has user begin performing Recital, granting itself and nearby ally Pokemon a shield, as well as removing all status conditions from the affected Pokemon and making them immune to hindrances for a short time. This is a very good Unite move. I think this is probably out of the, actually, you know what, out of all the supports in general, they have a lot of AoE Unite moves. This is pretty good though. I find no flaw in this, but I just feel like her overall kit doesn't justify this move enough. But I think in this particular game, depending on how big the shield is, I feel like in this game this doesn't matter too much. It does give you a shield, it does remove status conditions. Actually, this could be a pretty good Gengar counter. But other than that, I feel like this doesn't really prevent burst. You know what I'm saying? There are times when your team will just get bursted down immediately, and sometimes you won't even react enough to it, and sometimes you won't be in optimal position. But that's very scenario based. Overall, about the move itself, it's very good. It's probably, is it one of the best ones? Rough choice. I don't know. I kind of like Mr.Mime's, and I kind of like Eldegoss's too. So I don't know if it's the best one, but for a support character, this is very good. Cute Charm. When the Pokemon is hit by an opposing Pokemon's attack at close range, it makes the opposing Pokemon infatuated for a short time. It's pretty much a taunt, is what it's saying. So whenever you hit Wigglytuff, they will get taunted for a short amount of time, and they'll just start walking towards you for a little bit. I've seen it happen before too, and it's not bad. The effects of this ability have a cooldown and cannot trigger on the same opposing Pokemon in quick succession. It's okay. This Cute Charm thing is okay. I wouldn't say it's the best passive, but it's not bad either. And then basic attack, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon and spinning them around when it hits. It's not that bad. At least her basic attack, I guess, spins. It's like sort of like her own stun, but I don't know. Her overall kit though is okay in my opinion. I feel like she could use a little tweaks here and there, but other than that, I'm already say this now. I think everybody sees where I'm going with this too. Wigglytuff is very, very on the bottom of the scale in my opinion. In terms of all supports, I don't see her too often, and I just don't think she's on par with Mr. Mime or Eldegoss at all, in my opinion. But let's go talk about my boy, Mr. Mime. I love this character. You know, you think this character? Okay, let me put this out there. Mr. Mime is in the support class, all right? Mr. Mime is here, of all places. I think Mr. Mime actually deserves to be all-arounder, to be honest with you. I think Mr. Mime does it all. He's got damage, he's got support capabilities, he's annoying as hell, and his ulti is so good and annoying too. Now let's get into his move descriptions, right? First things first. Between the two skills that you get at level 1 and 3. Fake Out has a user slap its hands together, shoving opposing Pokemon in front of it. Not bad of a skill at early game. I wouldn't say it's the most powerful, but it's not. It still gives a little slight stun, so it's not too bad. And the other one creates a wall. It pretty much creates a wall. I'm not even gonna read it. You already know what it is. If you played Mr. Mime, you know what it is. Light screen prevents them from getting past the wall. Now, out of the two right here, Confusion and Psychic. Let's talk about Confusion real quick. It's a ranged move. Attack straight in front of the user, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon and shoving it. If an opposing Pokemon shoved by this move hits an obstacle, it receives increased damage. Keep that in mind, increased damage from this move, and is left unable to act for a short time. If the Pokemon is currently guard swapped, it is not shoved but receives increased damage from this move and is left unable to act for a short time. Wow. This actually, the guard swap part, chat, I'll be honest with you, I didn't even remember, because honestly when I play Mr. Mime, I'm just using Confusion and Wall the whole time. I don't even bother with guard swap. So that, reading that in itself, that's pretty good. You're pretty much guaranteed bonus damage, and you get a stun too. I actually might mess around with that next time to see how good that is. But anyways, Psychic, I think this one's probably the worst one. Crits centers one telekinetic blast each on the user, any guard swap opposing Pokemon, and any light screen or barrier walls created by the user. Damaging all Pokemon caught in the blast, lowering the special defense for a short time. If the opposing Pokemon is hit by multiple overlapping blasts, the Pokemon is also left unable to act for a short time. Also decreases the movement speed of opposing Pokemon for a short time when you upgrade it. What is this one? Also increases damage dealt. This is very good. Anyways, Psychic. Honestly, chat, I have a lot of concerns for this move. One, it's not instant. Wait, is it instant? I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember on the top of my. I barely use it. Either way though, whether it be instant or not, you have to have. It's already downgraded because you don't go guard swap route. Most likely you're gonna go barrier, or I mean you have barrier. You have guard swap or barrier. I'm sorry, I take that back. You have guard swap or barrier, but even if you are allowed to instantly drop down your barriers, maybe this move will be better and buffed in its own way, but I don't think it justifies the move enough to even pick this move at all, right? Like, I don't even see anybody using this, to be honest. I feel like just going Confusion is straight up the best way to go. You get the push, you get the stun if you hit him at the wall, you get the bonus damage if you hit him on the wall. What does this get? You choose between one or the other, you get a blast, you lower the special defense for a short time, and you might get lucky and get a stun as well. There's a lot of mites in there and I don't like it one bit. So Psychic is not very good in my opinion. On to the next one, Barrier. This is definitely one of my favorite moves. Creates translucent wall in a designated location. It pretty much makes a wall and they can't really get past it. It's pretty much light screen again, but you have 2 now. And then if you upgrade it, you get 3. And this move is so annoying for them to deal with. You drop a sheet, you drop a barrier down, you have like 2-second cooldown, and you drop it near the barrier. It's so annoying. Very annoying. Stopping their paths from getting through is a big advantage for you. This is why Mr. Mime is considered the support class, but honestly, like I said, I think he deserves to be an all-rounder. Anyways, Guard Swap swaps the user's defense and special defense stats with those of another Pokemon for a short time. When it hits, swapping with an opposing Pokemon deals a damage over time, decreasing its movement speed while increasing the user's movement speed for a short time. Swapping with an ally Pokemon increases the movement speed of that Pokemon and the user for a short time. Also, if you upgrade it, also continuously restores the HP of the user and the ally Pokemon while this move is in effect. Honestly, I wouldn't even bother with this one because, yeah, it sounds good, but I feel like barrier and causing limiting their movement is so much more powerful. Yes, people have eject buttons. Yes, people have stuff like Gengar where he could just teleport around, whatever. But I think Gengar can't even get past this anyways. Like, even if you put a barrier down, Snorlax's Heavy Slam actually won't go past the barrier. I don't know if you guys knew that, but it's very annoying. And the fact that you get 3 of these when at max level, very good. I need to mess around with Guard Salt more, but I can't see myself in every situation where I wouldn't pick Confusion and Barrier, to be honest with you guys. And let's talk about his Unite move, Showtime. This is a very good one, by the way. It has a user jump to a designated location and start a Pantomime performance, dealing damage over time to the opposing Pokemon in the area of effect and leaving them unable to act for a short time. This is pretty much an AoE effect where he could run around and go crazy, and while you're in that little range of getting hit by this move, you get stunned very briefly, but it does make a difference because he's continuously doing it and it lasts for a good amount of time. So I think this move is very annoying, especially in team fights and they're grouped up. You don't really have to do much and you're running around going crazy with this move. It's very annoying. I think this one's a very annoying CC move for sure, and it's so good. The damage is just not the best, but it's so annoying to deal with. And then Filter reduces damage received by the Pokemon for a short time after it uses a move. Oh wow, so he gets like a little buff every time he uses a move too. Dude, Mr.Mime is so good. Mr.Mime is so good. And then let's see what he get on his 3rd hit. Opposing Pokemon, throwing opposing Pokemon when it hits, so he pretty much stuns him for a little bit. What's up, Justin Wilson? I'm just doing a quick review on all the support characters and what I think about them. But right now, I'm currently recording right now too, so I gotta talk about real quick our last support, Eldegoss. Everybody knows 100%. Eldegoss is #1 best support NA for sure. No doubt about it. I don't think anybody's like saying no to this. Like, there's no doubt about it. Eldegoss is 100% the best support Pokemon in the game. But let's talk about the moves real quick. Leafage pelts the target with leaves, decreasing movement speed of opposing Pokemon for a short time when it hits. Pretty straightforward. Not a bad move. It does slow them down too, so it's pretty good. Synthesis, very good early game ability. It not only heals you, but it also heals your ally, so you're constantly doing this whole time. It's pretty much a move you spam at early levels. As once you get it up, just keep using it if you and your ally need to heal. So it's pretty annoying if you want to stagger a lot too. You can pair him up with like Snorlax, or like even Snorlax would be a great pair because he has the rest as well. Alright, anyways, when you're at level 4, you get either Pollen Puff or Leaf Tornado. Pollen Puff is my personal favorite. When you throw a puff, Pollen Puff, which attaches to Pokemon, the Pollen Puff restores HP for an ally Pokemon and deals damage to opposing Pokemon. And even if you're in it or they get attached with it, either way, you're still gonna get those effects. If your teammates or yourself is in that Pollen Puff, you heal. If the enemy is in that Pollen Puff, you damage. So it's pretty good. I really like this move a lot. And if you upgrade it, if Pollen Puff attaches to Pokemon, it also deals damage over time. If Pollen Puff attaches to ally Pokemon, also reduces the damage they receive. Oh, wow, that's actually even better than I thought. I didn't even know about that extra upgrade buff. Leaf Tornado, this is also a very good one too, but I feel like between the two, I like Pollen Puff more just because it does more. But Leaf Tornado, leaving in a path in his wake that increases ally Pokemon's movement speed for a short time. If you upgrade it, it decreases the accuracy of opposing Pokemon for a short time when this move hits. So it's pretty good. It does give you a movement speed, but I feel like movement speed isn't really much of an issue in this game as much. This is why I personally prefer Pollen Puff. I don't think it's as good, but the upgrade is very good. I don't know the numbers in terms of how low your accuracy is decreased by, but if it's significant, maybe 70 to 80%, I would say it's worth it. But because of the fact that you have to go all the way up to 11 or whatever, 13 I think, to even get this upgrade is not beneficial to you. I feel like Pollen Puff just does more in general early game until you get these upgrades. And even if you get the upgrades, Pollen Puff's upgrade is definitely better than that one in my opinion. Just because it's just more beneficial for you as a support and your team. And Cotton Guard protects the user and nearby ally Pokemon with the cotton. The cotton absorbs damage, and when the move ends, the cotton restores some HP. Increase the user movement speed while using this move. This is my personal favorite. You don't really have to do anything in terms of skill shots. So you can just pretty much activate it and anybody in the range gets that cotton shield. And you obviously restore HP too, and you get a movement speed buff when you upgrade it. So it's pretty straightforward. This one's easier to use in my opinion. And I personally use this one more often than Cotton Spore. But let's talk about Cotton Spore real quick. Gather spores around the user, increasing the user's movement speed while this move is in effect. The spores burst after a short time, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon in the area of effect, throwing them and decreasing their movement speed for a short time. Also reduces damage the user receives while using this move. This one's also good too. I feel like between the two, they're both good. I don't see any downsides to either one of these two. I think this is just personal preference at this point. They both do great things and they both are very good. I can't complain about either. Except the fact that it's 10 seconds, but I understand why it's 10 seconds just because of the fact that it does all those things at once. Onto the Unite move, Cotton Cloud Crash. Has the user float into the air and become invincible. If used again, has the user pound the ground, attacking and shoving Pokemon and restoring HP to ally Pokemon in the area of effect. This move is 100% the better Charizard move. No, I'm just kidding. It's not the better Charizard ulti, I mean, but it's very good. And now that I think about it on the top of my head, I'm not entirely sure if she can, or Eldegoss can attack while in this ulti, but overall, this one's pretty good. It makes you invincible. It can bait them out when they're trying to target you and they're trying to finish you off, and then all of a sudden you just pop this ulti and you're good to go, and then you can heal your team and also stun them for a brief amount of time. So it's very good, and the range is ridiculous on it too. It's actually crazy. Cotton Down, this is the passive, damages an opponent and decreases movement speed for a short time after the opponent. After the Pokemon with this ability receives a certain amount of damage. When that happens, the Pokemon also recovers HP and its movement speed increases for a short time. Pretty good passive. You don't really have to think about it too much. Wait, damages the Pokemon and decreases movement speed for a short time. Yeah, you don't really have to think about it too much. It pretty much activates yourself, and there's really no downsides to it, to be honest. Let's see what it does. The basic attack does increased damage and decreases the opposing Pokemon's movement speed for a short time. So it pretty much slows them down. Either way, though, 100%. I think we all know where this is going in terms of who is the best support. 100% hands down, Eldegoss is the support Pokemon as of now. In this update with Gardevoir in the game now, even though Gardevoir isn't a support Pokemon, Eldegoss is by far the best, and I'm pretty sure everybody on the tier that are making tier lists, anybody playing the game agrees with me as well that Eldegoss is 100% by far the best support Pokemon. Eldegoss has the shields, the heals, it has the movement speed slowdowns, it has the good ass Unite move. You can't go wrong, and this is a ranged Pokemon too, so can't go wrong. Mr.Mime is by far the middle of the group packed. I still think he's, because of the confusion and the barrier, he deserves to be all-arounder, in my opinion. Yes, I understand why they put him support, because of his ulti, because of his barriers, because of the guard swap. I get it, but other than that, his confusion and his what's it called, psychic, are pretty much damage moves, to be honest. I mean, I get they have the debuffs too, but overall, I think Mr.Mime is definitely second best. Maybe even, he might be even up there, very close to Eldegoss, just because of the fact that the move barrier itself pretty much makes or breaks a Mr.Mime player, right? You want to be very, very good with your barriers. You want to be very aware where you're dropping them, how effective they are, and if you top that off with confusion, you're really gonna put a dent in their team. Now, by far the worst support, Wigglytuff. I really can't say much about this Pokemon. Like I said, I haven't put much time into Wigglytuff. I just don't think Wigglytuff is a good Pokemon. Wigglytuff has a lot of issues in my opinion. Dazzling Gleam doesn't really do much for me in terms of early game until you reach level 11 or something, or level 13. And until you get that upgrade, even the upgrade is okay at best, right? So other than that, I feel like Wigglytuff could be good, but the only thing going for Wigglytuff is the fact that if you want to be good at using rollout. I feel like Wigglytuff and rollout has a high ceiling potential in terms of skill, but I just feel like between the 3 supports, why would you pick Wigglytuff over Mr. Mime or Eldegoss, in my opinion? But anyways, that's pretty much it for the support characters, guys. If you guys did like that, or if you guys want to comment about it and talk to me about it, let me know your opinions or thoughts. Just go ahead and like and subscribe, like I said, and yeah, we'll see how it goes on the next video, right? Talk to y'all later. Peace out, chat.